welcome to lesson number 21. I am determined to see things differently. Now, I realized that in lesson number 20, I did not finish all the footnotes, so I'll go back to them as this is kind of a continuation of the previous one anyway. So let's see what this one says. This one says, I'm determined to see things differently. The idea for today is obviously a continuation and extension of the preceding one. This time, however, specific mind-searching periods are necessary in addition to applying the idea to particular situations as they arise. 5 practice periods are urged, allowing a full minute for each. In the practice periods, begin by repeating the idea to yourself, then close your eyes and search your mind carefully for situations, past, present, or anticipated, which arouse anger in you. The anger may take the form of any reaction ranging from mild irritation to rage. The degree of the emotion you experience does not matter. You will become increasingly aware that a slight twinge of annoyance is nothing but a wail drawn over intense fury. Try, therefore, not to let the little thoughts of anger escape you in the practice periods. Remember that you do not really recognize what arouses anger in you, and nothing that you believe in this connection means anything. You will probably be tempted to dwell more on some situations than others on the fallacious grounds that they are more obvious. This is not so. It's merely an example of the belief that some forms of attack are more justified than others. As you search your mind for all forms in which attack thoughts present themselves, hold each one in mind and tell yourself, I am determined to see blank, name of the person, differently. I am determined to see blank, specify the situation differently. Try to be as specific as possible. You may, for example, focus your anger on a particular attribute of a particular person, believing that the anger is limited to this aspect. If your perception of the person is suffering from this form of distortion, say, I am determined to see blank, specify the attribute in blank, name of the person differently. So this takes us back to the footnote where it says, lesson number 5, I am never upset for the reason I think. So as promised, let's come back to the footnotes of lesson 20. So we did do the introduction paragraphs of 7 and 8. So let's continue. The meaning of this sentence seems to be that your lack of mental discipline leads you to confuse joy and sorrow, pleasure and pain, love and fear. And this confusion in turn is why you lack salvation, happiness, and peace, as the preceding sentences say. When you reach out for these things, you're actually reaching out for their opposites, which you have confused with them. How your lack of mental discipline leads to this confusion is not stated, but perhaps it is because a mind that is undisciplined will naturally become confused. And then it goes to taking things from the Bible. Matthew says, rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted that the prophets which were before you. This sentence, in my mind, I used to think heaven, like everybody, heaven is something outside of us. Heaven is when we die and then we go. But that's not true. The truth is you can experience heaven here and now if you choose to. It is a choice that we make. The next one says from the chapter of John, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he die, yet he is still alive. And is so often the case in the Course, a biblical statement about Jesus has been applied to all of us, since the Course teaches that we are all God's son. For me, that sentence, that we die, we are still alive, we always have in this body, we always feel that when we die, we'll be peaceful. That's it. That's the end of everything. All the suffering that we have undergone here, it'll be the end of that. But there is another kind of death. That is a death of our body, mind, the ego. that we so continuously tried living in this world with those beliefs and thoughts. So once you kill that, and you kill that how? You kill that by not killing it physically, but by applying the thoughts. These thoughts, when they are replaced with the truth, the old beliefs, when they're replaced with the truth, the old beliefs you'll see is falling off, and it's no longer bearing, it's no longer keeping you in that place of lack and fear and suffering. It now, just like a beautiful flower, you blossomed and you're now in a place of happiness and joy and peace. And that is a beautiful place to be. So for me, that is what, even though you die, you'll still be alive, is what it means to me. The last one it says from the chapter of Matthew, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And Jesus came and spoke unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. With these two references, of course, takes a saying about God's will being done and a saying about Jesus having all power, and applies them to us so that our will to have the vision is done, because we have all power in heaven and in earth. So according to the Course and Jesus, this is what he exactly came to teach us, that we are all the children of God. We have what he had, the realization that he came to the realization that he and God, like my Father and I, are one. And through me, things, whatever needs to be done, gets done. And this course, this lessons that I'm bringing to you is a guidance that I got, that I should be doing this, because I went through a huge transformation, and I really want to gift it to everybody, because there is no need to. Of course, the central teaching is there is no need to suffer. Heaven is here now, here and now, if you chose to be in peace, to be happy, because that is what you are. You are love, you are light, you are peace, you are joy. Keep practicing, keep coming back. I love you all. Have a great day. Namaste.